The most recognized benefit to exposing the skin to sun is getting vitamin D. Vitamin D is an essential nutrient necessary for the growth and maintenance of bones and teeth, and it also promotes a healthy immune system. Vitamin D is actually a hormone and not a vitamin. In regions that are so far north from the equator, like Britain, it is impossible to get vitamin D from the sun from October to March. This is known as the vitamin D winter. When sunlight penetrates the skin, it converts a prohormone called 7-dehydrocholesterol into pre-vitamin D3. After a few days, pre-vitamin D3 goes through some changes in the skin to become vitamin D3, which is then carried via bloodstream to the liver and then the kidneys to become the biologically active hormone 1,25-dehydroxy vitamin D3, aka Soltriol, which means hormone of sunlight. Prolonged exposure to the sun converts pre-vitamin D3 into lemestrol and tauchistrol, both of which are biologically inert. So prolonged exposure to the sun does no more for vitamin D production than does short exposure. The wavelengths that synthesize vitamin D are between 290 and 320 nanometers, and the wavelengths that cause sunburn are between 290 and 400 nanometers, which means that blocking the sun from the skin to avoid sunburn, you are not going to produce vitamin D naturally from the sun. While there are toxicity risks to supplement vitamin D, there are no toxicity risks to get it directly from the sun. Of course, we do not want to burn the skin or become lobster red. That being said, our exposure to the sun really depends on how much melanin is in our skin. People like me who are fair in skin or have white skin will not be able to tolerate intense sun. However, groups that have high melanin levels in their skin require more exposure to the sun to get vitamin D out of it. Ultraviolet radiation from the sun will also lower blood pressure. This makes a lot of sense why blood pressure is highest in the winter and lowest in the summer. Sun UVs become present after an hour of sunlight and an hour before sunset. Therefore, sunbathing should be done at least an hour after sunrise. The UVs will become more intense as the sun approaches midday. Depending on skin type, the sun should be avoided in the midday summer. In the evening would be the next time where sunbathing would be okay. During that final hour of sunset, vitamin D will not be able to be synthesized from the sun. So evening sunbathing should be done 2 to 3 hours before sunset. Because vitamin D takes a few days to be processed in the oils in the skin, washing the body with soap would interfere with vitamin D production. Therefore, vitamin D production could be efficient if one only washes the hands, feet, armpits, genitals, and the face. Being that we need to exfoliate our bodies, we can moderate how often we take full body showers with soap. If you live in a region that I live in, where you're getting below zero some days of winter, there's no way you're going to be sunbathing, and you might as well wash your full body every day of the winter. It's a party, who cares? Skin becomes lighter and more fair as it moves away from the equator. This is to increase receptivity, because greater receptivity is necessary for vitamin D production. People from northern regions need high levels of receptivity to get vitamin D from the sun, just as people from the equator regions need high levels of melanin to protect against the intensity of the sun.